Hi, how are you today? Looky what we found when we were busy creating new videos, the latest videos of which we uploaded. We happened to find this on the internet, and it seems like a very extraordinary, really interesting article about a 2,800-year-old Aramaic incantation which mentions fire-producing devourer. Thoughts started formulating in our head, but our main focus at the moment is this article. Circa, or around about the 9th century BC, an ancient incantation described the capture of the devourer that could seemingly produce fire. The discovery of the text made in 2017 pertained to the world's oldest known Aramaic incantation. The text was found inscribed on a container inside a possible shrine at the Zincirli, not really sure how you say that, or Samal, as it was known in the ancient times in Turkey. And in a recent presentation at the Society of Biblical Literature, researchers talked about how the mysterious incantation is what's like a spell, a charm cast or something, was the work of one Rahim, son of Shadadan, and it enigmatically mentioned the seizure of a threatening creature called the devourer. The conjuring also makes a point about how the blood of the devourer is needed to treat someone with an ailment caused by the fire of the devourer. According to one of the presenters, Adad Rikchi, a doctoral student in the Department of Near Eastern Languages and Civilizations at the University of Chicago, it is still not clear as to how this blood would be used as a cure, i.e. whether by consuming it or smearing it. Even more perplexing is the visual representations of various creatures by the side of the small inscription on the container. These illustrations of, possibly, critters like a scorpion, a centipede and a fish are found on both sides of the container. Interestingly enough, the container in itself was probably originally used for storing makeup and then repurposed for inscribing the bizarre incantation. Now the illustrations might just provide a clue as to what this devourer entity was. According to one of the conjectures made by the researchers, the devourer and its fire might pertain to the scorpion or centipede and its sting. To that end, the archaeologists in the area were actually afflicted by the presence of scorpions, with one of the local workers even being stung by a specimen that crawled through his backpack. Fortunately, the species found here do not possess a particularly harmful venom, and thus the predicament was solved by using first aid. Reverting to the incantation, the researchers believe it was inscribed sometime between circa around about 850-800 BC, thus making it the oldest known Aramaic invocation. Quite intriguingly, the building or shrine that housed the container was probably built around a century later, thus signifying the importance of the incantation long after it was pronounced by Rahim. The structure additionally revealed a statuette base representing a crouched lion with red inlaid eyes, dating from 10th to 9th century BC, and it might have supported the figure of a striding deity. As for the historical side of affairs, Samarra was the capital of a tiny Aramaic kingdom between 900 to 720 BC until it was captured by the Assyrians, or the Neo-Assyrian Empire. They're probably a newly created, because Neo means new, Assyrian Empire. Okay, so there's the image there on the side of that container. Yeah, it definitely looks like some sort of scorpion. There's a stinger there. Yeah, very much like a scorpion. Some scribble on here, some sort of artwork. Geez, this guy can draw better than me. Yeah, not too sure what that is. Some sort of incantation apparently. Quite interesting. So I started to think about this, and it's like someone threw a brick at our head, right? And we were cause to recall Brita or Genesis, I think it's the 4th chapter, where Cain is confronted by God because he didn't bring the right sacrifice and he got all sad. Yeah, his smile turned upside down, became a frown. It's Genesis 4:8. Yeah, let's start from there. That's when Cain kills Abel. We're better off outside, and while they were in the field, Cain rose up against Abel, his brother, and killed him. And the Lord said to Cain, "Where is Abel, your brother?" And he said to him, "Well, I don't know. Why am I? Why am I my brother's guard?" And the Lord said to him, "What did you do? The blood of your brother is crying out from the earth." Well, so he was busted, right? "Henceforth you are cursed by the earth that opened its mouth and received the blood of your brother from your hand. As you work the earth, it will not flourish and give you its yield. You shall be a wanderer and a nomad on the earth." So Cain retorts and he says, "Hang on a minute, mate." And Cain said, "My errors are too great to be forgiven. Behold, you have removed me from this age." There's a footnote there, which means like error. What is that? It's 14. You have the footnotes down here. 4:14. 1. Literal Aramaic idiom or expression, the way they express themselves, put their thoughts forward, okay, because of their language. This is what the word is. Humana. Age, also daily. Read to 4:14 to fully understand this. Behold, you have removed me in this age from the face of the earth, and I lie hidden from your presence. Okay. So he is banished away from the presence of God and His protection, etc., etc. He's no longer covered, protected. Okay. And he states he'll be a wanderer and a nomad on the earth, and whoever finds him will kill him. Hang on. Reverse that, hold your horses. Don't most Christians tell you, oh, there's only Adam and Eve, Cain and Abel? Cain kills Abel, so there's nobody else. Right, because it doesn't indicate in the Bible anywhere, in this chapter here, chapter 4, that they, Adam and Eve got together, did the wild thing, and had more children while this conversation was going on. Okay, it wasn't until Cain left the presence of God, and then they got together, Adam and Eve, not Adam and Cain, and had more sons and daughters, the first one being Seth, okay, who replaced Abel that Cain killed. Okay, so there must have been some other people. Either there was a whole lot of other people made, or it's the Neanderthals. We'll get into that in the next video, or next video after that. Okay, and so he's saying that whoever finds me there in that land of wandering, Nod, will kill me. But the Lord told him it will not be so. For whoever kills Cain will pay sevenfold. It's payback, God's wrath upon the right. And the Lord consecrated a sign, put a blessed sign, right, a mark upon Cain, that anyone who finds him should not kill him. It's like a warning. Okay. It reminds me of year 1 when he got hit by lightning. He goes, what's the chances of that? Right in the forehead. But it probably wasn't as bad as that. And Cain left the presence of the Lord and settled in the land of the nomads east of Eden. Yeah? And most people say, oh yeah, Cain took his wife, it was his sister. Wrong. And they're trying to say, oh yeah, he was into incest. Wrong. He went into that land. See, here it says here. He left the presence of the Lord and settled in the land of the nomads, east of Eden, right? And Cain took a wife, which means that he found himself a wife, and did the wild thing. And she became pregnant and gave birth to Enoch. And Cain started a village and called it after his son Enoch. Okay. But what we're looking at is up here a bit further. Okay, because he says, with Cain and his offering he was not pleased, and it really bothered Cain, and his face turned sour. Maybe ate a lemon. Was eating a lemon at the time. 6. And the Lord said to Cain, why did it upset you, and why did your face turn sour? Behold, or look, be aware, if you glorify me, he's talking about God, Maya Allah, right? you shall be accepted. You know, part of the family, man. And if you do not, your evil Lord awaits you at the gate of sin. You will turn to him, and he shall have authority of you. So, look at that footnote 7. Literal Aramaic word, Rabishu. Not Rabishi off the wrestling, WWE, but Rabishu, or Lord of Evil, from cuneiform records of Mesopotamia, several thousand years old. So we are thinking of this being in this article is said to be a devourer, right? Spits fire or something like that, and with this sort of stuff. Could it be referring way back in that era, age or eon, about this evil Lord or Master called Rabishu in the ancient Kitab Ashur or Aramaic? Yeah? Your evil Lord awaits you at the gate of sin. You will turn to him, and he shall have authority over you. The gate of sin. He's standing at especially at the door of your mind. Right, knock, knock, knock. I'm waiting to come in. Right, he wants to overpower you. Yeah, the old devil. So maybe it's some sort of symbolic thing, you know. If the devil roams around and he seeks them he can devour, it could be referring to that way back in this day. But who knows? You have to prove that, right? It's just an assumption. Don't make assumptions. Make an ass out of you and me. Okay. It's better to know. Do your personal research, etc. And know. Yeah, just an idea. Okay, yeah. Don't really know. But yeah, this is the ancient Brita, or Genesis, and the ancient sacred scribal tongue, old tongue, Lishana Artika or Cypriot, translated by Victor N. Alexander, a native-born Mesopotamian who speaks the Aramaic. Been doing the translating for like 15 years, done some film work. Yep, lots of documentaries about Mesopotamia and stuff. So if you like this short video, then subscribe to our channel. Check that bell, that notification bell. That's all set up so you don't miss out on any videos. Give us a like if you feel like it, and you go tell your friends, hey man, far out man, like yeah man, this like really explains it all, you know, from the very beginning. Cain and Abel, man, check this out, man.